A deep look into Warren Buffett's portfolio. Hello, and welcome to our channel Pursuit of Wealth. This channel is your ultimate destination for learning about finance and wealth, investing and crypto, informational and educational trends in finance management. If you are someone who wishes to become wealthy and are looking for smart money management options, then we are fortunate to have found each other. Warren Edward Buffett is a man who is considered the most successful investor of the 20th and early 21st century. Throughout his career, he has achieved an annual return of 20.9%, compared to the 9.9% average return of the market. Well, it may seem less, but if we compare it to the compound interest, his cumulative returns are way higher. But the year 2022 has come up with some unusual conditions, like 5 times rise in inflation approximately in just 1 year, outrageous high stock market prices, basically a 13-year bull market run, and the economy is under the highest debt due to the pandemic. With this situation and considering all the circumstances, it becomes difficult to know where to invest your money to make more profit. Well, even in these circumstances, one person who possesses an amazing diversified portfolio can answer most of your questions. So, in today's video, we are going to dig deep into the current investment portfolio of Warren Buffett. We will see how this all-time greatest investor is planning his investment this year. Make sure to watch till the end so you get all the insights. First, let's have a look at Warren Buffett's portfolio and the company he owns, Berkshire Hathaway. His largest shares are in the world's famous company Apple, which is $887 million. And it is 42.78% of Buffett's overall stock portfolio. Well, we are discussing his stocks that are publicly traded. The total value he owns in the company is a whopping $125 billion, and that is a huge share, and it's 4 times bigger than his next holdings. Moreover, he started with Apple in May 2016, and at the time with the price of up to $23 per share. After that, he kept purchasing the share until the first quarter of 2018. Now, in terms of price, these shares have increased 4 to 8 times since he bought them, and it doesn't seem like Buffett has any plan to let go of these shares as he is continuing to withhold his biggest stock. The next and second stock Buffett has is the Bank of America, which is the second largest bank in the US. He holds stock worth $42 billion from the bank, and it's the 14.6% worth of his entire portfolio. And the stock is under the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker symbol BAC. Well, he bought Bank of America with his exercise and got a strike price of $7.14. After that, in the third quarter of 2018, Buffett increased his stakes up to 30% for $30. It allows him with a complete cost basis for Apple stock of $14. Furthermore, if we look at the current price of the stock, it's up to $46 per share. This means he has made a decent profit. However, the P/E ratio is low according to the current market at 13.8, but they do pay a small dividend that contains a yield of 1.89%. The third stock Buffett owns is the stock of American Express. Buffett also manages his stocks of the credit card service company. The value of his stocks in American Express is $45.4 billion. He owns 150,000 shares that have a total worth of 8.6% of his portfolio. The stock itself is pretty much value-oriented, and it's common for him to go for a price of $173. Also, has an 18.1 P/E ratio, which is a bit low in the market, but has a dividend of about 1%. Well, after considering the intrinsic value, the overall cost came at $214 per share. The fourth stock can be the favorite stock of Warren Buffett because he is investing in Coca-Cola for a long time, and, according to resources, he purchased the stock in 1988. Also, in an interview, he said he is not going to sell Coca-Cola stocks ever. This stock of Buffett is about 7.15% of his overall portfolio and currently is worth $20.1 billion. Well, with these stakes, it means that he also owns big beverage brands like Sprite, Fanta, Smartwater, and many other big brands. Moving on to the fifth stock in Buffett's portfolio, which is Kraft Heinz. He owns $11.9 billion of this company's stocks, which shows how much he has invested in the food and beverage industry. This stock is about 4.09% of his portfolio. Well, due to the crash in the price of Kraft Heinz stock in recent years, most investors still believe that it is a value play. Because of that, it has a low market capital, but it has a high dividend of 4.4%. But it has a 19.5 PTE ratio, which is pretty reasonable. With these amazing investments in different stocks, Buffett has also contained financial and bank stocks in his portfolio. It implies that the top 10 stocks of Buffett also contain 5 stocks of banks and other companies that offer financial services. So, his next stock is Moody's Company, which is worth $8.7 and is 3% of his portfolio. The next stock is the U.S. Bancorp, worth $7.5 billion, and it is 2.5% of Buffett's investment portfolio. And like these, the next biggest stock of Warren Buffett is Bank of New York, BNY Mellon, worth $3.7 billion, and takes part in his portfolio for about 1.3%. That shows he has invested a major part of his income in the financial and banking sector. Well, the reason behind investing in this sector is a smart investing approach. With these stocks, you own those stocks that the companies will require to run their businesses and to run the economy. Also, being a smart investor, there is another reason why Buffett is successful. Because he even buys stocks when everyone is confused or scared about them. And the Bank of America and American Express are the best examples of it because they were crashing, and Buffett buys the stocks and he gets huge returns. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. His next stocks that are not in the banking sector are Verizon, which is a wireless network company, and he owns $8.5 billion worth of stocks. These stocks are about 2.9% of his portfolio. And he also owns DaVita healthcare stocks of about $4.2 billion, and which is 1.4% of his portfolio. Other than these top-positioning stocks, Buffett also owns stocks of Charter Communications with a worth of 1.04% of his portfolio and General Motors, which is at 1.08%. All of his remaining stocks are worth 1% less than each of his investments. To name a few, it includes some stocks that stand out in terms of their brand position. The first is the e-commerce giant Amazon, which also has exceptional growth. Moreover, his company Berkshire also possesses the stocks of Snowflake. This is not what Buffett usually likes to invest in, because Snowflake is an IPO, and it is a warehouse company based on cloud computing. It must be someone else from Berkshire who'd have invested in an IPO. Another investment of Buffett is in Visa, which is worth a very small portion, about 0.7% of his portfolio. In addition, Kroger is also one of his smallest investments in how much he likes to invest in food and retail companies. Buffett's portfolio by different sectors. Well, if we look at Warren Buffett's 2022 portfolio and divide it by each sector, we get some amazing results. Because the largest sector that he invested in to date is the technology sector, and it is worth an astounding 43.2%. We might wonder what Buffett has to do with technology, but keep in mind that he has invested a large amount in Apple, which is way more than any of his stocks. After the technology sector, he invested most of his wealth in the financial service, which is about 31.74%. Also, we have discussed earlier in the video why he invests a significant amount in this sector. The next sector that Buffett has invested in is consumer defense. It is about 12.7% of his total investings that go into food and beverage companies like Coca-Cola and Kraft Heinz. So, what does it mean to you? Well, it means Buffett likes to invest in things that he likes and understands. He understands the businesses of food, consumers, and the whole side of the markets. Not only that, but he also has a good understanding of the banking world, and he knows the consumer-oriented business of Apple very well. It is also important for everyone who wants to invest that we have to do things that we understand well, because this can help you see the bigger picture as Warren Buffett sticks to things he is good at. If you understand the technology, go for investing and trading in that sector. If you have other interests, like automobiles, go for buying their stocks because that's how you can understand how your investment is going to perform. So, these are Buffett's publicly owned stocks that we have discussed, as these stocks are publicly disclosed and legally held. But he also owns several businesses in private and also some companies. For instance, Geico, the insurance company, is owned by the Complete Company. He also possesses sweets companies, as he has 100% of the company See's Candies and Dairy Queen. Not only that, but he also owns 80% of Nebraska Furniture Mart. He also acquired the BNSF Railway Company completely for $34 billion, as well as owned the Duracell Battery Company. So, if we look at the entire portfolio of Warren Buffett, he owns a mixture of publicly traded and also some private companies. And in general, if we look at the company Buffett is tilted towards and likes to own simple companies, including food, furniture, batteries, and railway. In short, he invests in those companies that he knows and understands their business models. Also, Buffett is balanced between the stocks and cash in the year 2022. He has invested $310.7 billion in both public and private businesses. And he also owns a whopping amount of cash, about $144.4 billion. This implies that 68% of his overall portfolio is in businesses and 32% in cash, which is quite a high percentage of cash for people like Buffett. Because he always looks to invest, as the cash can be badly affected by inflation over time. Well, in this unusual and expected financial situation, Buffett is looking for value investments and wants to be on the safe side. There you have it. This is all about Warren Buffett's portfolio in 2022. We hope you guys have found this video helpful and enjoyed it. Don't forget to share your opinion and queries with us in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon for more amazing content about wealth management and finance-related videos. Success is coming your way. Keep your doors open. See ya till the next time.